Hello guys, in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make a web call in C#. This will also work in Unity for those that want to know. Unity has its own way of making a web call, but I'm going to be using the C# method. I'm going to select C# because that's what I'm going to be working with. Then I'm going to go with Windows, and the project type I'm going to make that console. Now I'm going to use the .NET framework here because I normally code in Unity and it uses the .NET framework. If you want, you don't have to use the .NET framework. You can use this one. It'll work in the regular one, but I'm just going to choose .NET framework. Now, the console application, I'm going to name it how to make a web call in C#. C#. Now, I'm going to just click create. Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to copy a URL here, a link or whatever, for what I'm going to be calling. It's going to be a private const. No, not that. Private const string. I'm going to call this URL. It's going to be equal to that. Now, const means URL. You cannot go URL equals that. Const means you cannot change the value of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a private static async. That's not what I wanted. I want static async. It's going to be a void, and it's going to be get. So this async keyword will allow me to use something else, and I'll explain that later. Now the get, I'm going to have a HTTP client. I'm going to name this client equals a new HTTP client. So HTTP client right here is under the system.net.http. I'm going to go HTTP response message. I'm going to name it response equals await, like that, just like Visual Studio says here. Await client.getAsync URL, like that. Oh yeah, so I forgot to explain what this async does. This async allows us to put this await keyword in here. And the await keyword will freeze the code, but not the application. Freeze the code, but not the application until this returns a value. Because sometimes making web calls takes some time. So that's what the async and await does. They cannot do that with everything. Like I cannot go await here, whatever. It just doesn't work. Normally, if it has async at the end, you can await it. And if it does not have async, you cannot await it. Actually, no, first I'm going to make a comment here saying error checking. Now I'm going to go if response. Now I'm going to go is success status code here in my if statement. And that means no error. Now I'm going to put the else statement. Error. Oops, spelled that wrong. Error. I'm going to write console dot right line. Now this is going to be pretty big, okay? So I'm going to say the error is there is plus response dot is, not is, just status code. Okay, now this will tell me the status of the response. Then I'm going to put new 2 lines. I'm going to say the servers oops, I'm actually going to, this is getting really long, so I'm going to go put this into 2 lines with server oops, didn't spell response here correctly, or here, response is, then I'm going to go await. So again, it's going to wait until it gets the response from this response dot content dot read as string async. Okay. Now if it gets an error, it'll return that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go console dot write line await string async like that. So I copied it from down here. Now I'm just going to print out the response. Now I'm going to press start. You know what, I need to call get up here in my main. Console dot read key. Nope, not read key, not read line, read key. So I'm just gonna move it over here. Now I got ID, title, and post. Okay. So now I'm going to make a post call. So to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate my get because it's super similar to get. I'm gonna name it post. Now post. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's like the exact same thing right here. So first of all, I'm going to change this to post async URL, and then we're going to need to make a content type. So I'm going to go HttpContent, and I'm going to say HttpContent. Actually, no, I'm just going to name it content. So now there's multiple different ways of writing content. I'm going to write, like most of the time, you're going to have to send it in a JSON format because that's what it responds. And it's just simple. If I send a JSON format and it sends back a JSON format, normally that's what you send it. Sometimes you don't. But what I like to do whenever I have to do JSON is I like to make a new string content and form the JSON myself. Now there are other ways of making the content, and so if you want you can do those, but I'm going to make a string content here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my open bracket and close bracket. If you guys are not familiar with JSON, I recommend like searching it up. It's a good way to do save data. Most web calls need JSON, so if you guys have not learned it yet, I'd recommend learning it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is once you have the brackets out, you're going to need to write backward slash quotation mark, just like this part of the start and end string right here, like that. But this will make it so inside the string, there's one of these. So now I'm going to name this ID. Now, after ID, you're going to need a colon, but I like to put space, then plus ID. Now ID is not defined, so I'm going to have my thing taking an integer ID, like that, then plus new string, comma. Now plus again. Now if someone calls this and puts null here, it will make null, but instead of having just null, it will be null. But we want it to be null, because if it's null, then the error will give us an error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write toString dot toLower, and this will make this a string. Then I'll make it lowercase. So if it's null, it'll make it string, and then it'll make it lowercase, which will make it null, which will fix our problem there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, just so it's more simple. I'm going to make this one user name, and then I'm going to make a string user name. Don't want that to be capital there. Then I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to go username. But actually, since it's a string value, I'm going to have more of those quotation marks at the start and at the end. And so, yeah, this will, and the reason I don't need to go toString.toLower is if it's null, it'll think I'm trying to send it, not a null value, but the string value is null. Like, it's the word null, is what it's going to think. So that's the reason why we don't have to make it lowercase. Now, the last one I'm going to have is send. Now this is not actually going to do anything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that with this, you can send it whatever data you want. You don't have to send it ID, username, and send. You can send it whatever data you want. Just make sure you send the ID, and the ID value is equal to or greater than 4. Okay? So now send. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm actually gonna copy this right here and paste it right here. I'm gonna change this to send though. And that's a Boolean value, so we don't need the quotation marks there. But also with Boolean values, you need the toString to lower. It's not safety anymore. You need it because it will say true or false. But you want it to be false. Otherwise, it'll give you an error. So that's why we need to convert it to a string and then convert it to lowercase whenever you send the Boolean value. Now, here, we don't need this because it's the last one. It's the last variable. So if it was right here, then we would need it. I would need to put this comma here, and I need to make a space here. Forgot to do that. So go space, not space plus. So yeah. Now, post async. Back to here, post async. I'm gonna go comma. Then content, I'm gonna just pass my content. And now I forgot to do one thing right here. Is content, and you have content dot headers dot content type. And this is gonna tell the web API that you're sending it to what type of content you're gonna send, because you don't. Most of the time, it's JSON is what they use, but sometimes it's not. So you have to tell them what content type you're using. Okay, so you need to write up here at the top, right, using system.net.http.headers. Now content type. Now go media type header value right here. Now that's what you need to put in here. Then parse. Then application.json, just like it says right there. Now you might not get this out auto suggest, just make sure to type it out properly though. So it's like application/JSON. Okay, so now I think we're all good to send it because I never changed this to a set in post, not set, post. Now the ID is going to be 5. The username is going to be the Ash bot. And then last but not least, I'm going to make send false. Now I'm going to send it. And you see I got ID 5, send false, and username the Ashbot. Now there are different types of, there's more to it. There's more than just send and get, post and get. There's also send, there's put, and there's delete. I'm pretty sure that's all. And so yeah, if you guys want, you guys can look into the send, the delete, and the put. But I'm just teaching you guys the post and the get, because that's most of the time I think that's all you're gonna need to use. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comment section or on my Discord, or you can go to my website and send me an email there. If you guys want to support me and you're a Unity developer, you can buy my Unity asset for AI. The link will be in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.